Most of us come to college with a pretty simple idea in mind. If we show up, if we do the work, and earn the degree, everything will eventually fall into place. At least that's what we're told, and for the most part, it makes sense. But somewhere along the way, usually around midterms or when graduation starts to feel, real, a quiet question pops up. What's gonna happen after this? Not in like 5 years, not eventually, but after this semester, after this program, after I graduate, what's going to happen? Now, that question tells us something important, and it's where this conversation really starts. A lot of students will leave college feeling proud of what they've done academically, of what they've accomplished, but they're unsure of what's going to come next. They know what classes they passed, know how to explain their skills to an employer. They finish assignments, but don't know how to turn that experience into a resume. They graduate but feel unprepared for interviews, networking, or job searching. Now, this isn't because students aren't capable, it's because professional skills aren't always taught in class. And at a community college like ELAC, many students are balancing jobs, family responsibilities, and financial stress on top of school. When career planning gets pushed aside, uncertainty can take over. Students will begin to doubt themselves. They'll start missing opportunities or settling for jobs that don't reflect their potential. Now, this is not because they lack ability, it's because they lack or they did lack guidance. Now, the gap between education and employment, that right there, that's the real problem. Now, the good news is that this problem, it already has a solution, and it's one that many students are walking past every single day without realizing how powerful it is. And that's the Career and Job Services Center at ELAC. It exists to help students connect what they're learning in class to what they'll do in the real world. It offers hands-on support with resumes, cover letters, interviews, career exploration, job and internship opportunities, and one-on-one guidance. Now, what makes the Career Center so effective is that it meets students where they're like where they're at already currently. Now, whether someone has never worked before, they're not sure about their major, or they're getting ready to transfer or even graduate, the support is tailored specifically for their situation. Now, instead of guessing their next move, students will get clarity. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, they gain confidence. And instead of trying to figure everything out alone, they have professionals walking them through the process step by step. Now, imagine what happens when this resource will go unused. Graduation approaches. Resumes are getting rushed together at the last second. Interviews are starting to feel intimidating and opportunities slip by. Students are feeling stressed, unsure, and behind, even though they worked hard to get where they're at. Now imagine the opposite. Students are using the Career Center early on. They practice interviews until nerves turn into confidence, and they attend career fairs, discover internships, and they learn how to talk about their strengths. They walk into opportunities feeling prepared, not anxious. Now, the difference between two futures, or those two futures, isn't going to be talent or their intelligence. It's about preparation and how soon, how early on they started preparing. So, the step forward would be a pretty simple one. It would be to visit the Career and Job Services Center. Schedule an appointment, bring a resume draft, or just bring questions. If you're unsure about your major, you can take a career assessment there. If interviews are making you nervous, you schedule a mock interview so you can practice, so you get over your fear of interviewing. If graduation or transfer is approaching, do not wait until the last minute. Don't do that. Career readiness isn't something that's just going to happen overnight. It builds up over time. And I guess the earlier you start, the more confident you're going to feel. Your education is already an investment in your future. So using the career center is how you turn that investment into real opportunity. Now, to conclude, the Career and Job Services Center isn't going to be just, another random campus office. It's a place where uncertainty will turn into direction and preparation, which then turns into confidence. College is a lot more than just earning credits. It's about building a future that's going to make sense for you. And that future becomes so much clearer when you take advantage of the support that's already there. Your next step doesn't have to be big, it just has to be made with intention. And the Career Center is the best place to start.